I wrote All Our Children a couple of years ago, and it's the first play I've ever written, but I've been a director for more years than should be allowed. And it comes from three areas of experience for me. The single most important is that I'm the father of a profoundly disabled boy who has learning disabilities, epilepsy and autism spectrum disorder, and has no speech. He's 20. That's the most important thing. Then the second thing is that my mother is German Jewish and had to leave Nazi Germany when she was a little girl, and that's kind of imprinted on my DNA.
I play Frau Elisabetta Pabst, who is the mother of Stefan, who is a non-verbal lad with epilepsy that's one of the patients at the clinic.
I play Dr Vicktor, who is the senior consultant at the hospital, paediatrician at the hospital. He's been running the place for many years before the SS have got involved, so it was a centre for good, for looking after disabled children, and that's been his life's work, and he's done it to the best of his ability. And now everything's changed, and the Nazis are in power and they've taken over the hospital, and he's responsible for signing off these poor souls who are sent to their deaths.
I'm playing a chap called Bishop von Garland, who was a real character in the Second World War. He was the Bishop of Munster, and he had a lot to do with, not completely responsible, but a lot to do with getting this business of disabled children being killed stopped during the Second World War.
It's really the most remarkable case of courage against dictatorship. That's at the heart of the story of the play, which all takes place in the office of a clinic for disabled children. And so the setting is naturalistic, and it's dark wood, quite comfortable. There's a stove, there's a desk. What I want to show in some ways is the everyday life of an institution like this.
I think that the character of Elisabetta on the character of Vicktor, as with all the characters that come into the play, serve as little hammers that sort of crack away at his hardened exterior, of which he's having to do a job that is not one that he's actually asked for. But there's a lot of unfortunate mirroring we can all see in the world today, from 1939 and the brown shirts and the rise of fascism, not to mention all the horrible things that happen with war. And I just think that this is a brilliant play to help us navigate through where we sit. It's a defence, a voice of those that didn't have a voice then. It's a voice of those that don't have a voice now. And it's a validation of where we all sit in this great world.
What attracted me was the combination of the writer-director, Stephen Unwin. He's a brilliant director, and he's written a wonderful play. I responded to the play immediately when I read it. I thought it was rich and layered and sad and beautiful and superbly well written, complex, all the kind of things I want to see in the theatre, you know.
The subject matter is intrinsically important and very interesting. I think it's a very fine play. I think that it's a very fine cast, and it's something which I would not hesitate to do.
It's definitely worth a watch just because of it's got such a valid and relevant narrative.